Well, well, well. The Orange Buffoon is once again telling his own supporters to go pound sand. I want to read you a couple of tweets. One posted by a sycophantic Trump cultist-run company begging him not to screw them over any further. And then another one posted by the Orange Buffoon himself, basically telling all his supporters, as I said, to go pound sand. But let's set the stage here for a minute, especially with respect to these farmers. But it's not just the farmers who voted for Trump and who are now getting screwed. I mean, it's MAGA across the board getting screwed by Trump policies, just like the rest of America is getting screwed by Trump policies. These MAGAs, they're losing their jobs, they're losing their businesses, they're losing their markets, they're losing their health insurance, they're losing their Medicaid, they're losing their SNAP benefits, on and on and on. And they're losing their rural hospitals. All of this. They're getting screwed by the guy they voted for. You know, if only someone had warned them. If only somebody could have warned them that Donald Trump would screw them over just like he was going to screw over everybody else. Oh well, maybe next time. Anyway, so Trump puts in these massive tariffs, right, on countries all around the world. And these countries, many of them, retaliate with reciprocal tariffs. And then countries like China, for example, in addition to putting reciprocal tariffs on American exports, they also said, you know what? We buy a shit ton of soybeans from American farmers. We're not going to do that anymore. There's other countries that produce soybeans. We're going to go buy our soybeans from some of those other countries. So they went to Brazil, and they went to, among other countries, Argentina, a country to which we are now sending $40 billion to bail them out. So here we now have American soybean farmers, that's just one example, losing millions of dollars, unable to sell their soybeans to China. Meanwhile, they see the guy they voted for, who destroyed their soybean business, now taking their tax dollars and sending it to Argentina, who now has their soybean business. This has got to be pretty hard for these MAGAs to deal with. And it's not just soybean farmers, but, you know, it's farmers generally speaking. It's people all throughout the economy who are getting screwed by Donald Trump. You know, and people are complaining about the price of things. They go to the store and everything's so expensive. Well, one of the reasons everything is so expensive is because of the tariffs that this guy put on everything. He's taxing the shit out of Americans. It's the biggest tax increase in American history. He's raking in billions on these tariffs that Congress did not approve, and that these same MAGAs who are now complaining, they cheered. And they will defend Donald Trump for the imposition of these tariffs that they're getting screwed from. These people are too stupid. I swear. It's hard to conceive of people this stupid, but we're surrounded by them. Anyway, I came across a tweet from a beef producer company called Merriweather Farms. And they're big Trump supporters. And they're very, very upset that Donald Trump, the other thing he's also doing is now to try to deal with beef prices being so high in this country, he's going to import beef from, you guessed it, Argentina. And by the way, I just covered a story the other day about how American beef producers are being screwed because there are so few USDA inspectors to inspect the slaughter of cattle, and there are too few USDA inspected processing facilities. So especially small beef producers, have to schedule out 1 or 2 years in advance just to bring their cattle to slaughter. And so they're getting screwed because Donald Trump's federal government is not run efficiently to the point that American beef producers can actually bring their beef to market. And so while we have American beef producers unable to bring their cattle to market because of Trump's federal government, Trump is going to reach into Argentina to bring beef into the country. Anyway, these Merriweather Farm people, they did what so many of these Trump supporters who have been screwed by their Orange God King have done. They go on social media and they beg him to stop screwing them. And so here's a tweet that they posted. And they wrote, "Dear POTUS Trump, we love you and we support you. But your suggestion to buy beef from Argentina to stabilize beef prices would be an absolute betrayal to the American cattle rancher. We understand there's larger economic and geopolitical dynamics at play, including countering CCP influence in countries in our hemisphere, but the practice of solving problems over there before solving problems here on our soil is what contributed to the downfall of our country. Americans always come last. You are supposed to be America first. That's why we love you. That's why we bought your sneakers. And that $500 watch. And the Trump perfume. Please stop fucking us in the ass." These poor little losers. Anyway, so they beg and they beg and they beg. And they're not the only ones. They beg their Orange God King to stop screwing them. And what did their Orange God King say in reply? Well, he went on Truth Social today and he posted this. "The cattle ranchers, who I love, don't understand that the only reason they are doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States, including a 50% tariff on Brazil. If it weren't for me, they would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. It would be nice if they would understand that. But they also have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking. Have you seen my poll numbers? You motherfuckers better start showing me some damn appreciation and stop bitching and moaning and sending me tweets. I don't give a fuck. Suck it up and deal, bitches." So that's Donald Trump's response to his supporters who he is screwing. If only somebody had warned them. I feel so bad for them. Not.